Let's open it up with Peter Loubardias, Fan 960, Flames radio color man. Looking amazing today, by the way, Lubo. Thank you for joining us. $5,000 fine. Did they get it right, or should it be more? And in terms of a suspension, do you think?
Well, I only had an opportunity, Roddy, to look at it a couple of times. These things are always so hard to judge. Player safety, those decisions. Yeah, I'm okay with it. I think it always, for me, comes down to previous offenses, how long a player potentially might be out. These things happen almost virtually every night, so I'm okay with it.
Fair. Well, I thought he should have been suspended. It was a clear sucker punch, was my take on that. Maybe comparing it to Todd Bertuzzi and Steve Morey is a little bit of a stretch, which I did earlier. But hey, again, like you say, it's all subjective. So Valerie Nichushkin scored twice, and Darcy Kemper made 44 saves as the Colorado Avalanche edged the Flames 2-1 last night in the Saddledome. Obviously, I'm in South Florida. I didn't hear the build-up in Calgary. Was that a playoff preview thing you guys were hyping up? Take me inside the mood last night.
Well, Rod, it was such an emotional game here on Saturday, and what Brad Treleving would refer to, and now I've tried to adopt it, as a unicorn. That 9-5 game, and the atmosphere here was as good as I've seen for a long, long time in their wild win over the Oilers. So it certainly didn't have that kind of feel or excitement level. People have really enjoyed the three games between, the top two teams, I guess you can say, in the Western Conference. Good hockey game. The Flames had more than enough opportunities to win it. I don't think they got as many quality opportunities as they would have liked. They could have made Darcy Kemper's life a little bit more difficult. But, Rod, the interesting story about last night, and really the last two games, is I don't know if people would realize this on the outside, but prior to the last two games, the Calgary Flames had given up 5 home goals while penalty killing. 5 all season long. They were at over 94%. Well, last night, Nichushkin scored both those goals on the power play, and the Oilers, despite scoring 3 power play goals on Saturday. So the Flames have given up 5 power play goals in 2 nights. That's all they'd given up in their first 32 home games of the season. So it was an enjoyable game. The Avs, obviously, without Nathan MacKinnon, they're very worried about a broken finger, a broken hand as a result of the fight that he was involved with on Sunday evening against Matt Dumba of the Minnesota Wild. But good game, and it gets built up the best you can. Probably would have been a little better, Roddy, if it didn't follow what happened here Saturday.
Well, tell me about what happened Saturday, because, again, I'm in South Florida. I wake up Sunday morning and go, 9-5? It sounds like it was a lot of fun, Lou.
It was, I have not heard, and Roddy, you've been in our building quite a bit this year. I have not heard the building like that for 2 or 3 years. It had incredible buzz even an hour before the game. Needless to say, there's no shortage of Oiler fans that either make the trek or, more importantly, even live in Calgary. The fans were at one another. It was, I remarked at 3-2 late in the first to Derek. I said, it might be 9-8 tonight, because it did have that feel. It was like almost everything was going to go in. And I wouldn't, the crazy thing about the game was, yes, the Oilers used both their goalies. Did they get very many big saves? No. But the Oilers' defense was just, like, Rod, when was the last time a team gave up 9 even strength goals? 9. Calgary was 0 for 4 on the power play. 9. And, Gaudreau and company had a great night. And the crazy thing about the game for me, because in this day and age, way more so in my current role, and I think it's how I look at the game all around, I felt myself going back and forth between, this is unbelievable. And part of me actually didn't love it because I had great anticipation of kind of a more hard-fought 4-3 kind of game, than this game that could have been played at Lake Louise. But it was unique. It was incredible. People are obviously still buzzing about it. There wasn't a lot of checking from the guys in white on that particular night.
Oh, Lou, man, you're making me smile. I didn't even see a shift. And by the way, you talk about your broadcast crew. I don't know if you ever get tired, Lou, but my God, I spent 7-8 weeks there in Calgary. You guys are always on the radio. Good for you, man. But I know you're having fun, but it's a lot of work. I hope they realize what they have in you guys. And by the way, I just perused. If the playoffs started today, it's the Flames and the Blues. How would you feel about that matchup in round one?
Tough. Hard, heavy team, experience, know how to play, know how to win. I think it'd be a heck of a series. We'll see. There's still a long way to go until we get early May and the start of the playoffs. Rod, regardless, I think the Flames are going to win the Pacific Division. They're going to be first. They're going to get a very, very tough opponent in round one. And it will not be easy. There's no one opponent that I could look at right now and say, well, I think the Flames will be heavily favored. Not in my mind. And not in my mind, not because I don't think this team could have a deep run. It's the best Calgary Flames team I've seen since I've been in the city, and I've been here now for a long, long time. But until you get over at that time of year, you're not over.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hey, I get it. They're sure fun to watch. They sure seem to have a lot of character. And Lou, for our sake and your sake, I hope it's a Flames. But yeah, great team with a wonderful coach. But I hope it's a Flames-Panthers Stanley Cup final. That would be amazing for this show and yourself. But we're also going to be in Estevan May 20th to the 29th for the Centennial Cup. So, Lou, if for whatever reason you're not broadcasting then, if the Flames should not make it that far, I hope to see you out there. Because, as you know, Tower Pizza is king. And it's going to be a great time down there in Estevan.
Rod, I will get there. I'm not going to tell you how many days I'll be able to do it, but I have every intention of getting back there for at least a day or two. I think anybody who knows me at all, that's where the journey began. It's been a long time since I've been there. It's really special. I know that there's a lot of, former players from even my era heading back. I really want to find a way to go desperately, if at all possible.
Well, we'll be there for sure. We'll keep a spot warm for you, Lou. Hey, let the good times roll. We'll see you soon. Thanks for the time, buddy. Okay. Have a great time. And it's too bad the weather stinks there. Of course. Yeah, down to 27 today. Our good friend, Peter Loubardias, one of the great ones. Lou joining us from the Saddle Dome. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching the RP Show on YouTube. And don't forget, we're live daily on YouTube from noon to 2 Eastern. If you like what you see, hit subscribe. And if you like the program, check around for other segments of the Rod Pedersen Show here on YouTube.